See that? I did something. Like something technical. And I'm terrible at that kind of thing. That's part of why I'm doing all this. What's going on, man? It's your boy in the black cap, Brandon. Here to holler at you one more time. I got a real important question to ask you. A little background on it, though. It all started, I had a conversation with a couple of friends. Suffer from depression. Right? I'm no stranger to depression. I've had it. I've dealt with it myself. Anyways, my man asked me, he goes, I don't know if you've ever dealt with it, but I know you take real good care of yourself. I want to know, does taking good care of yourself help with depression? Do you think it will help? I said, man, depression actually is what got me started trying to take care of myself. Because when you're depressed, you don't like nothing about you whenever you're in that funk, that rut. Ain't nothing you do right. You don't like nothing about you. You get up in the morning, you go stand in front of the mirror, and you're just like, man, ain't nobody gonna like that. Look at that. Look at that. And then your value, your self-worth starts to come down, right? That's how depression works. It spirals. It's a spiral, the way I see it. I could be wrong. I'm not a psychiatrist, psychologist, or any of those other peace-eye words. But I see it as a spiral, as a catch-22. You start to get a little bit in a funk. At least I did. Start getting a little bit of a funk. And then I'd go look in the mirror and I'd be like, man, that's awful. So I'd walk around the rest of the day, and the feeling of poor self-image combined with funk that's already started, and then it's like quicksand. I would just keep fucking up throughout the day. Every little thing would start getting to me. And instead of a fuck up being an opportunity to learn and being an opportunity to get better at whatever it is I'm doing, I used it to blame myself, to say, well, of course you couldn't do that right, dumbass. Right now, how many of y'all do that too? All right, a lot of you? Okay, well, so what happened was I got back in the gym, which I'd never been in the gym for more than 4 or 5 months at a time, ever. I've been in there for about almost May. I've been there about 8 months right now, which is more than I've ever done. And that in and of itself is a small victory. That's a success. I touched on yesterday's video how success equals happiness and happiness equals success, right? Success for a lot of people is very abstract. They just look at it as it's the big mansion over there on the hill with the cars, but they're not looking at all the little successes that go to get there that equal the cumulative success of the big mansion on the hill with all the cars. I mean, you don't just wake up one day rich. At least 99.98% of us won't. So you got to get there by taking the little steps. And people skip those little steps. They don't skip the step. They skip the appreciation of that step. Step one in fitness, which is what I'm doing, is get your ass in the gym. That one small success, I went home from the gym that first day and was like, man, I feel good. I'm glad I did that. And then you go and you look in the mirror because, it's America. So you look in the mirror and you're like, oh, did I gain anything yet? Am I huge yet? Am I getting big yet? It's just its nature, man. You want to see what you did. And of course, no, you don't the first day. But you feel better. You look bigger because you got a pump, and that's how it works. But that little success makes you go back tomorrow. And then that little success, and then just getting there is no longer a small success, it's a routine. So now you start setting goals. You're like, I want to bench press my body weight. And then when you hit that, you're like, hell yes. 2 weeks from now, I'm going to bench press 30 more pounds. 2 weeks from now, I want to be able to squat twice my body weight. 2 weeks from now, I want to be able to deadlift over 300. And you just keep, whatever it is, you just keep setting these little goals. And when you hit it, congratulate yourself, man. Give yourself a high five. Feel good about it. Now, here's what I don't want you to do, and here's where my big question comes from. We'll do the question first, and then I'll tell you why. All right. Question first is this. Who are you competing with? Oh, yeah, I'll wait. Answer. Because if you said anyone other than fucking you are wrong. And you will not win. And here's why. Facebook, social media. Let's use social media as my prime example for this. Your friends list, 80% of them secretly want you to fail. Because they don't want you to beat them. Humans are a very egocentric group of people, man. We want to be the best. I want to be the best at something. You want to be the best at something. Your cousin wants to be the best at something, and I don't want you to be better than me. So if you are in the gym and I'm in the gym, I can't compare myself to you because I may not be able to beat you. I've got some friends on my friends list that are power lifters and have been power lifters for 5, 8, 10, 15 years. I got one guy on my friends list that his warm-up deadlift is 100 pounds more than I've ever done. If I compare myself to him, I lose. Every time I lose. And then that starts to sink in. And if you've ever suffered from depression, you let that son of a bitch creep right back into your head. Well, he can do it and I can't. I guess ain't no point in trying. Then you've lost. At that moment, the moment you say that there's no more point in trying is the point you have lost. So, don't compete with others. Compete with you. When you compete with you, all you're trying to be better than is what you were yesterday. And if you are not happy with who or how you are right now, you have to change something. The same kind of thinking that creates a problem will never fix it. So sitting on your couch watching television, drinking a cold beer is not getting you in the fitness level you want to. Get up off that goddamn couch, get in the gym. Do something different. You have to. That's all I'm competing with is me. A lot of you motherfuckers out there lift more weight than me, for now. But I lift more weight today than I did yesterday. And I'm going to lift more weight next week than I did this week. And I'm going to get bigger in a month than I was this month. And I'll be able to run farther in 3 months than I did 3 months ago. That's how it works. Because I'm only comparing myself to me. And as long as I do that, along with never getting satisfied, I keep driving, I keep pushing. As long as I maintain that and I celebrate my little victories. Now here's the key right here when I talk about social media. I'm going to celebrate those little victories internally. I'm going to clap for my damn self. That's why in the last video I said you'll almost never hear me put a goal out there. I don't want you to know it. I don't want you to know my goals. I don't need your accountability. I'm the motherfucker I'm competing with. I need to hold me accountable. And you need to hold you accountable. Don't look to your mom or your sister or your daughter to hold you accountable. You hold you accountable. That's the first step in becoming self-reliant and becoming your own motherfucker. Right there. Hold yourself accountable. Set your own goals. And when you hit them, clap for your damn self. I've hit a pile of goals since I've been back in the gym in the last 8 months. Fitness-wise, professionally, financially, wrestling-wise, I just keep making little goals. And I hit them. You see, if you stand at the base of a mountain and you look at the top, and all you see is the top, it's going to look a real long goddamn way away, ain't it? That might keep you from even attempting the climb. Don't look at the top. Look right in front of you. Right in front of you is where you're going to start. Same thing. Do not look at the end result. Do not look and say, I want to have a six-pack and an Arnold chest and big bulging shoulders and giant traps in 6 months. Because by end of month 1, when you ain't got them yet, you're going to get discouraged and you'll quit. So don't look at step 1. Step 1 is, this is my first week in the gym. I want to go 3 days. Not I want to. I'm going to go 3 days. Next week, set a new goal. I'm going 4 days. The next week, I'm going twice a day. Do whatever you got to do, but handle it. The main thing is, and the one thing that you have to take away from me, other than I'm having this, is you are competing with yourself. Don't expect anyone to clap for you. You're going to hear more often than not that your dreams are fucking stupid. that you're a moron. Why in the fuck would you chase after that? That's dumb as hell. You know how many times I heard that trying to be a pro wrestler, for crying out loud? Pro wrestler? Pfft, that's a dumbass dream. Fuck you. It's my dream, not yours. I choose to have it. And I'm going to go get it. If your dream is to be a ballerina, your ass needs to be in the ballerina place, whatever the fuck they call it, to train. Don't let anybody tell you being a ballerina is dumb or ballerina don't pay nothing. Fuck them. Do it. If it makes your heart beat, that's what you need to be doing. So, round 2 of me making a video, trying to get outside my comfort level and trying to help you. And I'm doing this, I have you know, for those of you motherfuckers that don't know, I ain't accomplished shit. I ain't nobody in the big scheme of shit. I'm not C.T. Fletcher. I'm not Tony Robbins. I'm not one of these other big-time motivating motherfuckers, but I like motivating people. And if my words somehow strike you and get you going the direction that you want to go, it's worth a shot. I may fail. Accept that. Accept that you might fail. Sometimes you do. A lot of times you do. But only by failing will you learn how to succeed.